Hare Krishna. Welcome to the last series in the Ramayan class. Now this will be the last session, and we'll be wrapping up the Ramayan session in this class. So I'll just start with sharing my screen. So both of you were not there last time. I hope you have already seen the recording. So last time we had stopped at where Sita ji, Ram refuses to accept Sita, and Sita ji enters fire, and Agnidev comes out. Brahmaji is also there, Shiva is there, Lord Shiva is there, and they tell Ram, Sita is very pure, that she is without any contamination because she is Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, your consort. So please accept her. So, and also Agnidev came out, and he brought Sita entered fire, and Agnidev came out of the fire, and he brought her completely safe and sound, saying that she is completely pure. So now Ram is very happy, and he accepts Sita. Now at this time, everybody is assembled, and King Dashrath, very surprisingly, now King Dashrath comes down. He came down in a chariot from Indralok, from the heavenly planet where he was, and he came down to meet Lord Ram. And he was saying, he told Ram that I know you are the personality. I realize now that you are the supreme personality of Godhead. But whatever it is, I really miss you. And even in Indralok or even in the heavenly planets, I'm not very happy because without associating with you. He said this to Ram. And then he hugged him, and he thanked him for his he uh, did the pindadan, right? So he thanked him for that, and he said, because of you did the pindadan, now my place in the heavenly planets uh, has been sanctioned. Then he turned to Lakshman and he told Lakshman, thank you very much. You know your brother is the supreme personality of Godhead. Thank you very much for serving him. No one can serve you like you have been doing. So please continue to serve him, and you will get my not only my blessings but the blessings of everyone in our vansha. And then he turned to Sita and he told Sita, Sita, please forgive Ram because he had to do whatever he had to do. It was not, he loves you very much, but he had to test you because he is in the Ikshwaku clan, and in this clan there cannot be any doubt. People, we are always swayed by public opinion, so we have to give importance to that. So because of that, I have he couldn't do anything. So please forgive. Then Indra had also come down, right? So with Dashrath, Indra had also come down. So Indra said, now without when I have come, uh, my coming cannot go in vain. So Lord Ram, please ask for a benediction. And Lord Ram said, all the monkeys that died during this war, please bring them back to life. So Indra brought all of them back to life. And Indra then blessed everyone, and then he went back to the heavenly planet. Now Lord Ram was very eager to go back to meet his brother Bharat, because Bharat is waiting now and 14 years are over, and his mother, he wanted to meet all his mothers, so he was preparing to go. At that time Vibhishan brought his bathing paraphernalia and paraphernalia for his puja. But Lord Ram said he gave away all paraphernalia, everything to, and he told the Vibhishan, you offer this to Sugriva and Hanuman and all the monkeys. I would like to now go ahead and I would like to meet my brother. My brother is waiting for me. He has told me that he will not wait even a single moment after 14 years. So now that 14 years are over, I want to go ahead. So now, when Vibhishan heard this, Vibhishan said, I would have liked you to stay here for 2-3 days. But since you do not, you want to go meet your brother and your mother, let me offer you my Pushpak Viman. So he just chanted some mantras and the Pushpak Viman immediately appeared. So, and Vibhishan said, why don't you take this, make use of this and go to Ayodhya in the Pushpak Viman. And then Vibhishan, uh, so when Vibhishan said, I would have liked you to stay here for a few days, then Lord Ram told Vibhishan, why don't you come along? And he invited all the Rakshasas and all the Sugriva, he invited all the monkey kings, the monkey chieftains, then all the monkeys, their wives, everyone came. And they all wanted to go to Ayodhya to be there for his coronation. So all of them, the Pushpak Viman accommodated everyone, each one of them. And then they all started flying. And as they were flying, seated on the Pushpak Viman, he started showing to Sita each place. He said, this is the place where Ravana was shot dead. This is the place where Indrajit was killed. This is the place where Kumbhakaran fell. Then he showed, this is the place when Ashok Vatika, he said, this is the place where Ravana had kept you chained. Then he went ahead and then in reverse order, he was showing her all the places. And then they were flying to Chitrakoot. And then he said, see, this is the place where we were staying for 11 years. We stayed there and we were so happy. And each place he was in reverse order, he was showing her each place. And they were reliving all their memories and they were feeling very happy to be with each other. And then by going back, they stopped at Bharadwaj Muni's ashram, and Bharadwaj Muni came out to welcome Lord Ram, Sita, then also the Vanar chieftain, all their wives, the Akshashas, everyone, Vibhishan. He welcomed everyone, and then he told Lord Ram, Bharat is waiting for you eagerly. But Lord Ram told Hanuman, you go ahead of us. You go and meet Bharat and tell Bharat that we are coming. And just see the expression on his face. If he feels happiness, then we will come ahead. But in case you see even the slightest hint of sorrow on his face, then please let me know. Then I will not come to Ayodhya. He could continue his ruling. So Hanuman went ahead, he met Bharat, and he shared with Bharat that Lord Ram is on his way. And when he said this, Bharat became so happy, and his face completely filled with happiness, and he didn't know what to do. Immediately he went, he arranged all the paraphernalia for his welcoming, the aarti, the flowers, and then word spread everywhere that Lord Ram is returning back. And then everyone from even Ayodhya started all coming to Nandigram. They started all collecting at Nandigram to welcome Lord Ram. Then some time passed and Lord Ram had still not come. So Bharat became a little anxious. He turned to Hanuman and said, is this one of your monkey tricks? Are you monkeying around? Lord Ram has still not come. Then Hanuman just showed him his hand and said, please wait. And then they could suddenly hear some noise of air, and they could also see clouds of dust. And then soon they saw the Pushpak Viman coming, and then it alighted slowly. and then Lord Ram, Sita, Lakshman, and Vibhishan. Everyone came out of the Pushpatma, and Bharat was so happy to see all of them, and he started doing aarti of Lord Ram, and he worshipped all of them, and he welcomed all of them very nicely. So now he said, he told Lord Ram, let us now go ahead to Ayodhya. Now you please keep your promise. You had told me that you will accept the throne of Ayodhya. So please come with me. And then he took the padukas that he had been worshipping for so long, and he put it on Lord Ram's feet. And then they all went, and they all went to Ayodhya in chariots, and Lord Ram's coronation was announced, and then his hair was neatly trimmed for the coronation. Sita uh, Maya was dressed in beautiful clothes, garlands, jewelry, and she was decked up. Lakshman, Bharat, all of them dressed themselves in very nice clothing, and then the Jambavan asked the monkey leaders. Uh, Actually, the monkey leaders, headed by Jambavan, Hanuman, Davaya, and Vishaba, they all brought water from 4 seas for the Abhishek. Then 500 monkeys were sent to bring water from 500 sacred rivers. Then Vashishta started performing the Abhishek. First, the Brahmanas did the Abhishek, then the virgin girls were invited to perform the Abhishek, then the ministers uh, led by Sumantra, they all started performing Abhishek on Lord Ram and Sita, then the leading warriors, then the Vaishyas, then the demigods also had come, everyone, Indra, Chandra, Surya, everyone, all the demigods had come, and they started performing Abhishek of Lord Ram, and everyone was so happy, and they were gifts being given to all the monkeys. The gifts were given. Lord Ram started distributing gifts to each and every one who had. He felt so indebted to them that he started giving gifts to everyone. And then he was wearing a necklace which had been given by Vali himself. So he took that necklace and gave to Sita, and then Sita wore it. And then when Hanuman came to pay his respects, then Sita looked at Lord Ram because she wanted to take permission so that she could give this necklace as as a gift to Hanuman. And Lord Ram nodded his head, and Sita removed that necklace and gave it to Hanuman, put it on Hanuman's neck, around Hanuman's neck. And all the monkey chiefs were given valuable clothing and ornaments, and the royal crown was placed on Lord Ram's head, and he was coronated the king. So now with this, the Yuddhakand and Uttarakand start. So now actually Uttarakand is basically uh, a background of who Ravana was, who Indrajit was, and then Hanuman's story, and then Sita's story. So we will discuss a little bit of all that. So Ravana's story we already know, right? How Ravana was born to Vishrava. So do you know his? Does anybody remember his mother's name? Ravana's mother's name, and Vishrava. Who was Vishrava? Does anybody remember? Naman, you remember? Okay. Vishrava was a great sage actually. Okay. What was the background of Ravana. Let us look at that. Now, Lord Brahma's son was Pulasya Muni, and Pulasya Muni's son was Vishrava, and Vishrava married Kaikashi, who was Bharadwaj's daughter. Vishrava married Bharadwaj's daughter, and yes, right, who is the father. So, Vishrava married Bharadwaj Muni's daughter, and from him, from their union, Vishravana was born. Now, Vishravana was given the post of Kuvera. So, Kuvera was actually the step brother of Ravana. And Vishrava, then what happened? He married Kaikashi. So, Kaikashi was Sumali, a Rakshasa daughter. So, the second wife was Kaikashi, and Kaikashi's children were Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Vibhishna, and Surpanaka. So, and Kaikashi was so envious that this enviousness she passed on to her children also. And that is how Ravana wanted to, was always in conflict with Kuvera. And he grabbed the Pushpak Viman of Kuvera. He pushed him out from Lanka, and he took over Lanka also. So this is how Ravana's background is. And then, and what about Indrajit? Indrajit was so powerful that he would not be defeated by anyone. He was so powerful because of Lord Brahma's boons, benediction. And then Sita's story we'll discuss a little ahead. And Hanuman we have already discussed. And so here after 1 month, everyone, Janaka, Maharaj, Yudhajit is the king of Kekaya. Kekaya is, that is the maternal uncle of, or the brother of Kaikeyi. So Yudhajit was also there, Vibhishan and Sugriva, all of them stayed for 1 month. They stayed and they basked in the Lord's love and attachment, and they looking at his lotus face. They stayed there for almost a month. They were there, and then Lord Ram then started bidding farewell. He told Janaka, "You have to go back to Mithila because your subjects you cannot abandon them like this. So please go back." Then he started. Then he told Yudhajit also, "You have to go back to KK." Vibhishan he told, "You have to go back to Lanka. Your citizens are expecting you." Then Sugriva also he said, "You please go back to Kishkinda." And then Hanuman also has to go back with Sugriva. And then Hanuman at that time asked for a benediction that may I never ever forget you nor your pastimes, that ever it always be fresh in my mind. And at that time, Lord Ram gave the benediction that you will die only of your own will. Only when you want to die, you will die. And as long as this Ramayan is spoken, so that means Hanuman is here when we are talking. We are actually taking class on Ramayan. Hanuman is also somewhere around listening to this. So he said, as long as Ramayan is spoken, anywhere, everywhere, you will always be present there. And not only that, you will live till the time Ramayana is spoken and my glories are spoken. So this is how, this is the benediction that Hanumanji got. So Lord Ram ruled for 11,000 years, and his rule was so good, so excellent, that there was all the monsoons, the rain never crossed its boundaries. There was full rain, crops were abundant, there was no shortage of anything. As we already discussed in Dashrath Maharaj's rule, similarly, there were no knocks on the houses on any of the houses, and there were no thievery because people had abundance of everything and not a single, and people lived till 80, 90 years and till a ripe age and then died. Not a single son left his body before his father. So it was, everything was perfect. And husband and wife, the love between husband and wife was always perfect. Their relationships were perfect. Everything was perfect. And everybody was very happy in Lord Ram. That is why it's always called Ram Rajya. And Lord Ram spent beautiful, very happy days with Sita, and they enjoyed each other's company, and they discussed so many things. They would spend time discussing so many interesting topics with each other, and then Lord Ram decided once, he decided that let me find out what my subjects are thinking about me. So then he uh, sent out spies in all directions. And everywhere his spies went, they were getting very good. Everyone was happy. All the husband and wife, they were talking about uh, how they were comparing each other to Lord Ram and Sita. So their love was also that strong. So they were so happy in his rule. But alas, one spy heard something which was very wrong. So can anyone tell me what was that? Prabhu, who spoke something completely against Lord Ram and Sita? Anushri?
Yes, Mataji.
So do you know who spoke uh, something completely in conflicting with this? Everybody was very happy, but one person was unhappy. Who was it?
Um, was he someone like from yours? Yeah.
Ma'am, may I say?
I
Yeah, yeah.
don't completely remember.
Mantra.
No, it was a washerman. This was a washerman. So this washerman, his wife had gone to visit some other Prabhuji's place. Now this washerman was very, uh, he had become very suspicious, and he was kicking us, slapping us. We were saying, what do you think? You think I'm Lord Ram? That you go and spend time with some other uh, man at some other man's place and you come back and I will accept you? It is not possible. Go back. Get out of my house. And this spy heard this. And first he was so angry. And the spy's name was Bajra. And he was going to kill him. He was going to take out his sword and kill the washerman then and there. He says such things about Lord Ram. But then suddenly he stopped himself because Lord Ram had told him, now no one should be affected, no one should be hurt. Whatever you hear, please hear and come and tell me. I don't want you to interfere and kill someone or hurt someone. So then Bhadra goes back to Lord Ram. So then Lord Ram asks all the spies, so what is the news? And everyone says, everyone is happy in your kingdom. And at that time, this person, Bhadra, he comes and says, there was only one washerwoman, O Lord, and he was talking like this. And when Lord Ram heard this, he felt that the entire heaven had come tumbling down on his head. And he was just sitting and he was thinking what to do now, what to do. And then he decided, I cannot, I am in the Ikshwaku clan. You want to share something, Naman? You want to share something? Okay. So, he said, "Dear." So he said, so he thought to himself, we are born in the Ikshvaku clan and nobody can tarnish my name, my reputation. Our reputation in this clan is very important. So if I have to sacrifice anyone, I will have to do this. So he called first Shatrugna. He said, Shatrugna, I have a work for you. I want you to take Sita. Sita was actually that time Sita had asked for she had asked for a desire that she wanted to visit all the Rishi Munis on the banks of the Karayu river. So he told Shatrugna, you take Sita and you go and leave her there and come. As it is, she wanted to visit, so please go and leave her there, don't bring her back. So when Shatrugna heard this, he couldn't do it. He just sat down. At that, then he called Lakshman and said, Lakshman, I want you to do this. Take Sita. Sita wanted to visit all the stages. Please take Sita and leave her there and come. So Lakshman was very, very obedient to Lord Ram. So for him, Lord Ram's word cannot be crossed. So he with tears in his eyes, he didn't say anything. He took Sita and he crossed the river and he came to Valmiki Muni's ashram, and at that ashram he left her there. And he, before leaving, he told, uh, he fell down at her feet, he asked for forgiveness, and he said, this is what has happened, and Lord Ram has now asked me to leave you and come back. Please forgive me, oh mother. So now Sita, poor thing, she was in tears, but and she just broke down, and she was pregnant, and Lord Ram also knew about this. So she did not know what to do, and she just fell down, fainted. So Valmiki Muni came to know, and he had through his mystic powers he also understood what had actually happened. So he immediately came down with few sadhavis, lady, uh, saints were living there, and he brought them, and he told Sita, you can live under that. I put you under their care. Please stay with them, and you'll be protected. We will protect you. We will give you all protection. So saying, Sita then started residing at Valmiki Muni's ashram. Now, why did this happen? Why did this misunderstanding, and why? Who was this washerman? Actually, when Sita Maya was very small, she was playing and she heard two parrots, a male and a female parrot, talking to each other about Lord Ram and Sita, and they were narrating all their pastimes. So she was very, very curious. So she went to them and she caught hold of them and she said, who are you? And so uh, the male parrot said, we have come from Valmiki Muni's ashram, and Valmiki Muni is writing this story. This is your future. So we are narrating the story, and Sita Maya, and this is you. Lord Ram is going to come and marry you, and Sita Maya, this is your story that we are narrating. So she got so enamored by these parrots that she caged them. The male parrot said, my wife, that is a female parrot, is pregnant. Please release her. I will be with you. Please release her. She will die if she is uh, caged up like this. But Sita did not listen to this, and she let the male parrot go, and she kept the female parrot. And the female parrot, in separation, she died. And the male parrot also, when he got to know that the female parrot had died, he also jumped into the sea. But before that, he cursed Sita Maya saying, "Oh Sita, because you separated us, and that too at the time when my wife was pregnant. So this same you will also have to bear." Saying this, he jumped into the sea and he gave up his life. So now this is this has come into this came back. Sita had to bear the brunt of this when she became older and when she was pregnant. So this just shows that how karma is so strong and that we cannot disregard any living being, any living entity, and we have to be very careful how we treat each living entity, or however small it may be. Like some children take a lot of pleasure in killing cockroaches and ants, and but it will come back to us. We will ourselves be maybe harmed in the similar way. So we have to be very careful and as much as possible avoid killing any living entity. And maybe we could just shoot them away or drive them away, but not harm them or hurt them in any way, so that it comes to bite us, and this karma comes to bite us back. So just to avoid that, we have to be very careful in our dealings with everyone. So now Sita was here and Ram was completely, but he was very heartbroken when Lakshman came back. He saw how despondent Ram had become, but Lakshman then uh, gave him Santamna. He pacified him. He said, Lord Ram, you are the supreme personality of God. So please don't, for you are not attached to anyone. So please don't feel despondent. This is all a part of life. For some time we will be all together. Later on we are going to all separate. So please don't be despondent. So please take care of your subject and start. Please rule your kingdom in a good manner. So now Ram just put his heart into ruling the kingdom, and he was completely involved in it with his citizens. And then after some time, uh, news came that there was this Lavanasur, and in Madhuvan he was creating havoc, and they wanted someone to come and help them out. At that time, Lord Ram said, told Shatrugna, why don't you go and you fight Lavanasur? So Shatrugna went, and almost for 12 years he was away from Ayodhya. And then after 12 years, he returned back. And at that time, he had, in 12 years, he defeated Ravana, so he killed him. He built a uh, beautiful kingdom for himself. He was ruling so well there. And his rule was also perfect like Lord Ram, with no shortages, or everyone was happy under his shelter. So after 12 years, he came back to Ayodhya and he told Lord Ram, now I don't want to go back. Now, Lord Ram said, you please stay here for a week, but after a week, you please go back, because your this you have to be with your subject. Your duty or responsibility is your citizen, so you have to go back. And then after that, then after a week, Shatrugna also goes back. And then Bharat suggests, why don't we do the Ashwamedha Yajna? So now Vashishta Muni, they consult Vashishta Muni, and then Agastya Muni also came to court. So then they consulted Agastya Muni also, and Agastya Muni suggested that because you had killed Ravana, who was a Brahmana's son, so you should do a Ashwamedha Yajna. So this we have already before also we have in many of our past, many of the Lord's pastimes we have heard that the Lord also, in spite of he is the supreme, he is the absolute, but in spite of that he just to set an example, that nobody is beyond the laws of nature. He also has to undergo prayashchitta. He also has to uh, counteract whatever sins by whatever sins have been committed. So even though Ravana was a Rakshasa and was a very, very evil person, so it is said that Ravana, he killed so many sages, citizens. He raped and destroyed so many young women's lives. Some women, out of attraction to Ravana, they married her, him. But Ravana destroyed and killed also and raped so many women. So Ravana was not a good person, but still Agastya Muni suggested that he should perform the Ashwamedha Yajna. So now the Ashwamedha Yajna is such that a horse is let out, is and it tours the entire country, and wherever it goes, the king, if the king decides to confront, then and Ashwamedha Yajna, uh, Shatrugna was put at the head of protecting the horse, and then Bharat son also went with Shatrugna, and it went to every country. So many, some of them captured the horse in the hope that they wanted to see Lord Ram, and they did. They were able to because they defeated everyone, and they were able to see Lord Ram. And then, but many of the most of the places, the kings did not uh, confront. They accepted Lord Ram's, they submitted to Lord Ram's subjugation and let the horse go free. So like this, it roamed around the entire world, entire country, all the countries, and then came to where Love and Kush were residing. At that time, Kush had that is Valmiki Ashram, and at that time, Kush had gone for a pilgrimage with the other sages. Only Love was there, and then Love, when he read and there was a statement on the statement attached to the head of the horse saying this horse is under the protection of Lord Ram. So if any Kshatriya dares to capture this horse, that means that he is in direct conflicting with Lord Ram, and then uh, he will have to fight with whoever is protecting this horse. Otherwise, he has to accept subjugation. When Love read this, he thought, how is this possible? I am a Kshatriya. I cannot allow this to take place. So saying this, what did he do? He captured the horse. And at that time, Shatrugna came, they fought, Shatrugna fought with Love. And they were all thinking Love looks so much like Lord Ram, but they couldn't understand. Then Hanuman came, Shatrugna was uh, defeated. Then Hanuman and Sugriva came, they were defeated, and Love actually bound both Hanuman and Sugriva together, and then he brought both of them to the ashram. And at the ashram, when Sita saw, Sita was laughing. Then, but she didn't come before them, and she told Love, release them. They are actually Lord Ram is your father, and these are Hanuman and Sugriv are his associates. So please release them. So at that time, Love also, at that time, Kush also came, and then Love released them. But then again, they tried to take the horse away. So, but then still, there was a big fight. And then later on, when Love, Kush, then they were fighting. And then afterwards, then Sita Maya told both of them, you should not fight with your father like this. Your father said to them, these are all your brothers, brothers of your father, so please don't fight. So they let the horse go. So the entire thing was narrated to when they went back with the horse, and the entire this incident was narrated to Lord Ram. And so Lord Ram was surprised. He was surprised. He was thinking maybe these are because when he heard that these two children were attacking and they looked like more very much like him, he had a doubt that maybe they are Sita's children. And at that time, he thought to himself. And here now Valmiki told Love and Kush, now you start roaming the countryside everywhere you go and start reciting this story of Ramayan to everyone. So Love and Kush started going everywhere narrating the story. And then they came to the court of Lord Ram, where they started narrating the story. And everyone was completely engrossed in the story, that including Lord Ram, everyone was so engrossed that they completely felt as if they were reliving the entire story of Lord Ram, and everything was being played before their eyes, and they were completely engrossed. So at the end of it, Lord Ram came to know that these were actually his children. And when Love and Kush told them, and then he went and he brought Sita back. He brought actually what happened then he told Valmiki Muni, bring Sita here, but she has to show prove her purity. She has to go through a test again, and she has to prove her purity. So when Sita heard this, she was she couldn't tolerate it. She said she thought to herself. And she said, okay. She agreed to come, but she thought she came to a decision. So she came with Valmiki Muni with Love and Kush, and at that time, uh, when she came and Lord Ram said, I'm ready to accept. I'm ready to accept you, but you'll have to prove your purity before everyone once more. So when Sita heard this, Sita just folded her hands, closed her eyes, and prayed to the Mother Earth. And she said, "Oh Mother Earth, if I have been true to Lord Ram in every way, if I have not thought of any man or Lord Ram, if in my words, deeds, my thoughts, actions, Lord Ram is the only person who has always been there. Please accept me. Come and please accept me in your uh, in you." So suddenly the earth split open, and there is a place. Actually, we had gone to this place also, where there is a split between two mountains, and this is the place where the where the earth had split, and Mother Earth had come out, seated on a throne, bejeweled throne, and she had taken Sita Maya on her lap, and she went down, and the earth closed. And now, when Lord Ram saw this, he couldn't bear it any. Yeah, very good. So Naman says his mother has gone visited this place. Very nice. So uh, he couldn't tolerate. He struck the earth with a big spear, and he said, now this very moment give my Sita back to me. How dare you take her away from me? But at that time, Brahmaji had also come. All the citizens were there, and actually, all of them were crying, and they did not know. Uh, yeah, right. Yes, Sita. So they were all in tears, but they didn't know what to do. And that Lord Brahma came And he came to Lord Ram and said, reminded Lord Ram, you are the supreme personality of Godhead, and Sita is the goddess of fortune. Now she has gone to the land of the Nagas, but soon she will, when you hold your pastimes and you go, and she will come to the uh, Milk Ocean, and she will come and join you there. So please, you will have to please do not cannot create the entire universe will be disturbed if you disturb Mother Earth. So now Lord Ram was completely now he was very much heartbroken now that Sita had also gone. So he brought love and Kush back to the kingdom, and then he continued ruling, but his mind was not there. And one day, one day there was somebody came to the store, and this was time personified, and he wanted entry into the palace. And he came to Lakshman, and he told Lakshman, I want to speak to Ram, and I want to speak to Ram privately. I don't want anyone to come in between. So Lakshman took Lord Ram, uh, time to time personified to meet Lord Ram, and both started. Uh, and at that time personified told Lord Ram, if anyone, I want to discuss something very secret with you, and if someone comes in between, interferes in this, then you will have to either banish them or you will have to kill them. So Lord Ram agreed, and at that time, they closed the door, and they at that time personified, or he was also there, personified, and he told Lord Ram, I came actually with a message from Lord Brahma that oh, you are the supreme personality of Godhead, but you have killed all the Rakshasas, and now your time has come. Please wind up your pastime and please come back. Uh, so at that time, Durvasa Muni also came. Durvasa Muni came, and he came to Lakshman, and he told Lakshman, I want to meet Lord Ram right now. Lakshman said he is busy. Someone very important is with him, and they have said that we cannot interrupt them. But Durvasa Muni then again became very angry and said, if you do not give me entry at this moment, I will curse the entire Ikshvaku clan, and I will take all your good deeds away from you. So when Lakshman heard this, he thought at least if I go and open the door, only I will be given the punishment. But if I do not, then the entire Ikshvaku clan will be cursed. So thinking like that, Lakshman went and he knocked on the door and he went in and he told Ram that Durvasa Muni had come. Durvasa Muni said, actually then Durvasa Muni came to meet Lord Ram, and Durvasa Muni said, I've been meditating for 11,000 years and I'm feeling so hungry. And Lord Ram said, yes, you can, I will give you a great feast, and he arranged for a great feast for Durvasa Muni. But at the same time, he thought now Lakshman had broken the law that we had laid, that we cannot be interrupted. So we then discussed with Vashishta Muni, and Vashishta Muni also said, yes, since you are from the Ikshvaku clan, you have to keep your word. So we banished Lakshman. And Lakshman, being the expansion of Vishnu Tattva, he also stayed at the Sarayu river for some time, and then he entered the river in a spiritual form. Now here Lord Ram, now Sita Devi is already gone, Lakshmana is also separated, and he couldn't live without them anymore. And he decided that he will also now end his pastimes and leave. So he told everyone. At that time Bharat said, I will also join you, Shatrugna also joined him, and then all the citizens. So if any of you have watched Ramayan, you would have seen at the end how Ramayan Sagar shows that they are all going to the Karai river and all the citizens are also following behind him and all his followers are also there and they all come and everyone enters. Lord Ram, the actually palanquin comes from Indra brings the palanquin down and everyone, Lord Ram, Shatrugna, Bharat, and all his followers hold the palanquin and they all. So this is how Lord Ram. So this is how Lord Ram ended his pastime. So now let us do a small recap and okay, small quiz. We had already done few a small quiz at that time where we had covered almost 4-5 chapters. Now, can you answer this? Why did Hanuman not help Sugriva to overcome Bali, even though they were the best of childhood friends? So Hanuman and Sugriva were completely uh, attached to each other and they were with each other, but still they did not. He did not uh, come to help. Hanuman did not come to help Sugriva when Sugriva got in trouble with Bali. Anyone has the answer to this? The answer is because Hanuman had forgotten his powers. So he had been cursed by the, not cursed, he had been, because he was creating so much trouble for, because he had given, he was benediction. He had been benedicted by all the demigods because he leaped at the sun and he was stuck on the attacked on the jaw and he fell down and then after that Vayu was so upset that Hanuman was killed that he stopped air everywhere and at that time all the demigods came pacified Vayu, brought Hanuman back to life and gave him so many benedictions that Hanuman became very proud. So he disturbed all the sages and the sages just said that now you will remember, you forget everything and you'll remember only when you need with any someone reminds you of your power. So how did Dasagriva get the name Ravana? So actually Dasagriva, he had 10 heads and 20 hands. He was born as Dasagriva. He got the name of Ravana because he was so proud that once he went to Kailash and he thought that he could even attack Shivji. So he started to take Kailash. He lift because he was not aware of who Lord Shiva was, and he started to lift Kailash. And at that time, Shiva knew what is happening, and he just sportingly just pressed a little toe of his feet, and at that time, Ravana felt so much. His entire hands got crushed so much that he cried out in pain, and that cry disturbed the entire all the planetary systems, and his cry could be heard everywhere. So his name became Ravana. And also another reason was because he made everyone cry. So that was also another reason why his name became Ravana. So the another one was the third question is Ravana was a very noble person. Though he kidnapped Sita, he never forced himself on her. Is this true or false? Do you know the answer to this, Anushree?
Ma'am, which question?
Ravana was a very noble person. Though he kidnapped Sita, he never forced himself on her. Was this true or false? Is this true or false?
False.
Yes. Why?
Because he tried to force her like to marry him like that.
Yeah. He not only tried to force her to marry him. Actually, why didn't he force her? In a, means he did not force himself on her because he was cursed by Lord, by Kuvera's son, Nala Kuvera. Because what happened was the Apsara, his wife, was actually passing by and Ravana raped her. So at that time, he became so angry that Nalakuvera cursed him, saying that if you ever force yourself on any woman without her consent, then your head will shatter to pieces. So because of this curse, Ravana was frightened. So after that, he never forced himself on anyone. He had to wait for that person to give consent. Before that, he created he created lot of destruction in the lives of people. But after this curse, he couldn't do anything. So the fourth question is, who was the Rakshasa most powerful, capable of being killed only by Ram or Lakshman? I had already discussed this. Any idea?
Um, Only Ravan.
No. Actually, he was more powerful than Ravan and Kumbhakarna also, and that was none other than Indrajit. It is so surprising that it seems Indrajit was so powerful, even more than Ravan and Kumbhakarna, that there was no one in the entire creation to kill him except for Ram or Lakshman. He couldn't have been killed by anyone else, and that too because of the he asked for a boon from Brahmaji that he would perform this sacrifice in the fire, and when he performs this sacrifice, there would come out a chariot, and when he mounts the chariot, he would become so powerful that he could never be vanquished by anyone, and he would be invisible to everyone once he uh, boards this chariot. So because of this, he could not be vanquished. And also, Brahmaji said, but if you ever leave this sacrifice in half without completing it, then that is when you will meet your death. And that is what happened. Lakshman, Vibhishan told Lakshman, Indrajit is going to perform this sacrifice, now fire sacrifice. So now go and stay there and stand near that place. And at that time, when the sacrifice is not complete, you attack in between only, you attack Indrajit, and that is what happened. Lakshman stationed himself, and then the entire army attacked, and Indrajit was performing the sacrifice, but he couldn't finish it. So without finishing it, he left it halfway, and he came running out, and he started fighting with the army. And at that time, Lakshman also attacked, and Lakshman was able to kill Indrajit using the Brahmastra. Nothing else. He tried all the weapons, and no other weapon could kill Indrajit, and he used the Brahmastra at last to kill Indrajit. So with this, we also did a recap and we closed the session of Ramayan. I hope you enjoyed listening to this as much as I enjoyed sharing uh, the lessons of Ramayan with you. Thank you very much for your attention. Hare Krishna.